What the heck do you mean by that? You really read too much manga. Too many sports manga. Hey guys, welcome back to Higurashi no Nakokoro ni Onikakushi. This is TJ, your gamer girl, signing on. So, in last episode, we finished up chapter 3, and we were able to find out a bit more information about the incident. No names or whatever, but we found out some information. So, let's move on to chapter 4. The function of this school as an educational facility is very questionable. Our PE class is exceptionally disorganized. The only things we do together are the warm-ups at the start. The teacher isn't even there after that. All we do is play together. No helping it, everybody's got a different age or gender. The only rule was that we have to stay on school grounds while exercising. All the little kids were gallivanting about. Well, they certainly are being active. They might be getting plenty of exercise, but the Board of Education probably forgot about this school. Sorry to keep you waiting. We're all together now. What should we do today for PE? Alright. We have all our members to get gathered now. Now then, class representative, what should we do for PE today? What shall we do? Mion harumphed and crossed her arms haughtily, surveying the area. Explosive power and endurance. There are no friends in the world of sports. Everyone is a rival. The only thing you can trust in is your own body. Okay, sure. What the heck do you mean by that? You really read too much manga. Too many sports manga. Excuse me. I quit without missing a beat. And so we'll be taking a lesson from history. The tried and true king of the outdoor melee event. Let's play to out. Is this gonna end up? Are we gonna go from Yu-Gi-Oh to like Kuroko no Basket? It was quite the adorable choice to make after playing it up so much. Just what I was hoping for. That dunderhead Keiichi-san shall be the first one to beat it. I won't be beaten. I'll try my best too. You can't beat me. Why are you guys all so into it? They're that strange. The third rule of our society. You must partake in the game, enjoying it without question. This class is a club activity? Everyone smirked at each other. They all seemed pretty confident. Well, they should be. I'm a man. Physically, I should be able to keep up with any girls my own age. You're gonna learn a lesson about that, aren't ya? Regardless, Mion and Satoko looked like they were aiming for victory, and Nana was looking at me as if pitying my disadvantage. Fine. Tag. I'm in! My yell echoed across the school grounds, with everyone looking at you like you were crazy. These were the rules. Anyone who was able to evade being tagged before the bell was a winner. But we didn't switch who was it. The ones who were tagged by it also became it. So the number of people who were it could increase exponentially. The end game would become a hellish siege. Sounds like something I went through in high school. They call the version we're playing here zombie tag, you see. I see. Anyone infected by a zombie turns into a zombie. Why do you make it sound so scary? I wonder? As soon as I catch Reina, I'm going to tear out her entrails while she's still alive. Gross! Keiji-kun, that's gross! Nika-chan placed her hand on Reina's head as she panicked. Don't worry. Before Keiji gobbles you down, I'll lead you out gently. Rika, that isn't comforting at all. Both Mion and I nodded deeply. So, the first it. How do you decide who's a zombie? With the rock, paper, scissors? No, probably see who Reina decides to punch first. Well, it is class time after all. Well, let's decide by answering questions. I'll ask the questions, and the one who isn't able to answer is the zombie. I have no idea which grade level they're coming from. Yeah, really. Considering we have high schoolers and elementary schoolers in the same group. What does the Japanese word roku mean? Huh? I was bewildered by the sudden question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. That's generally 6. Mion repeated it. So you need to answer. What's roku in English? It's 6. How about kutsushita? Okay, I'm gonna learn this one. Socks! Really? What's the third last letter in the alphabet? English alphabet or Japanese alphabet? And if so, which column? It's X. English, then. What does seibetsu mean? Of course I know what that is. Satoko cut herself off before finishing the answer. I see. It's quite a lewd question. Wait, You're an adult, aren't you? Of course you know what it is, right? I certainly do. Of course I know. Then go ahead and say it. That, you know. That. What does that mean exactly? Satoko looks like she's in trouble. How cute! Don't take her home. It's a crime. If I didn't nip it in the bud, she really might have tried to take her home. Mion's pursuit was relentless, making Satoko stammer. Now then, go ahead and say it, nice and loudly. My God, you can be evil sometimes. What does that mean? I do know! I do know! That means a person, thing, idea, action, or event which has been previously indicated in context. suppose we're a bit surprised by Rika-chan's unexpected answer. I see. Well, it certainly is what that means. What does it mean? That could have been awkward. I wonder what I would have done in Satoko's position. Probably said it. Seriously, what is it? I'd probably get ticked off and just blurt out you-know-what at the top of my lungs. What is you-know-what? I wouldn't want you as my enemy, Mion Sonozaki. Thank goodness you were born a girl. If you were a boy, you'd probably be a perverted asshole. It appears I have no choice. Unfortunately, I, Satoko Hojo, shall assume the role of the zombie. I shall eat everyone. Seems like she's ready to go. All I must do is count to 100, correct? Some jerk skipped numbers while counting to 100. So you can start chasing after you solve this problem. Whoa, Keiichi-kun! Give her a simple one, okay? 1/5 of a cake, 1/6 of a cake, and 1/7 of a cake are all on the plate. Oh no! There are no common denominators! Satoko grabbed a stick in a panic and began drawing a cake and fractions on the ground. If Satoko, who can eat one cake in 60 seconds, eats all of them, how many cakes are left in the plate? Just as I finished the word problem, Mion shouted. Ready, go! On Mion's signal, everyone but Satoko scattered. Keiichi-kun, that wasn't a problem at all, was it? Satoko had already lost the moment she started working it out. She's eating it all, so of course there's nothing left on the plate. Everyone dashed off in a direction they thought was best. Knowing the lay of the land, they probably headed right to the best spots. It was obvious I was at a disadvantage. At a time like this, it would have been more effective to go along with those trained in survival skills. Like Mion, for example. The fact that I didn't realize it at the start of the game probably hurt my chances. Glancing back over to the school grounds, I saw Satoko just rising up to start. She was really mad. I'll bet. You're evil too. She got tripped up on such a dumb question. I stood at one of the corners of the school. I had clear sight lines in 2 directions, and would probably have a good response time if any zombie started closing in. For the time being, I caught my breath and focused on what I was trying to think during the club activities yesterday. Now, think calmly, Keiichi Maibara. If I was it, what would I do? Increasing my numbers would be the shortcut victory. Then, going after the weakest player first is the obvious plan of attack. Meaning, me. Now then, where could Keiichi-san possibly be? I shan't let you escape! But of course. What would be the best method to track me down? Footprints, or smell, or maybe some type of trail. If I could craftily hide my tracks, then there would be no trail for Satoko to follow. But I was no detective. Would I even be able to do that kind of thing in an amateur game like this? Tomita! Okamura! Have you seen Keiichi-san recently? What the heck? Do zombies hurt their prey by asking nicely where they went? Tomito-kun and Okamoto-kun pointed to the location where I was hiding. After confirming she was headed in this direction, I abandoned my position. It wasn't easy to hide myself with all those little kids running around and do as they please. That's technically cheating! Satoko, you're dirty. It was becoming even more obvious that I was at a disadvantage for not being familiar with these surroundings. If that's how it was going to be, then I'd confront this intelligence-gathering zombie. I just counter it in a similar vein. I approached some girls playing with a ball. I'm sorry, but could you relay this message? Tell Satoko Hojo that her parents are at the gate, please. Message? Okay. I stopped the girls as they turned to run off. Oh wait, don't go yet! Also, take this one to Mion Sonozaki. Tell her the teacher is calling her to the gate! I'm quite the schemer, if I do say so myself. If things went well, then Satoko and Mion would run into each other at the gate. It would put me at a disadvantage if more people were it, but this was Mion we were talking about. she'd figure out a way to escape. But that was just fine. As long as it brought me more time. Dance for me, Mion and Satoko. In the palm of my hand. Having my fill of playing the con man, I looked for a place to hide. If you think about it logically, I'd only bought myself a scant amount of time. And it might even come back to bite me. Once it became apparent I'd started spreading false information through messengers, I could end up being the recipient of one of those messengers. Satoko would probably ask the messengers to help her look for me. That would mean there would be more zombies than participants in this game. The virus that was brought about by my mischief could cause an epidemic. All of my classmates would transform into zombies and will only be searching for me. What is this, high school of the dead? All we need now are boobs and butts. This tactic might backfire horribly. While trembling at the thought of the impending dawn of the dead, I began searching for a safe house. I found a shed by the incinerator behind the school. After climbing up to the roof, I held my breath. It wasn't a bad place to hold out. Not only did I have a good line of sight, but if necessary, I could jump off in 3 different directions to escape. It was getting rowdy down there. The lower grades were running around below the shed. My Bana-san isn't around. Is he over there? Nope. Where's Keiichi-san, I wonder? His dad's at the front gate. That was definitely a lie. The word gate, same one I used, gave a hint of revenge. So Mion was behind this. I was still keeping one step ahead of the game. I felt bad for my underclassmen, but they'd have to search until the school bell. Hey, do you know where Keiichi-san is at? His mom suddenly got really sick. Message from my Ibara-san, they said his house caught fire and he needs to come to the gate. A jumbo jet fell on top of the Maibara residence! The police have come to question him. Anything goes now. They say he enjoys peeping into bathrooms. Huh? Is it true that he's going around every night stealing panties? Who are they talking about? I heard he wears panties on his head and smells them and stuff. No way I would do that. I heard class representative Mion was a victim too. What? This was your doing, Mion! Calm down, Keiichi Maibara. This is Mion's battle tactic to flush me out. Just hold on. Good lord, she's brutal. If my underclassmen thought about it logically, they would know that it's all nonsense. Small kids don't think about things logically. To them, all those things were true, so they all chuckled together while looking for me. I win, Mion! It's my victory! Wiping unrelenting tears away, I felt intoxicated by my own victory. Did you hear? I heard that the new transfer student Maibara-san is really a perverted person. The cost of beating Mion had too high a price. Oh, someone passed below. That's Nika-chan. Nika-chan, you still okay? I'm getting by somehow. It seems Mii-chan is it as well. Mion? Couldn't be. She'd become it because of my little strategy? This confirmed that Mion was behind this relentless message war. Then, this wasn't good. We finally got away from Mii-chan, but Satoko-chan, Satoko is searching around the pipes, so we should be safe here for a while. Upon hearing that, I breathed a sigh of relief. While Dana was slumped on the ground, breathing heavily, Nika-chan had started creeping up to her. Nika-chan doesn't normally make noise when she walks, but it's strange. Couldn't be. Whoa! Nika-chan! What is it? What is it? Oh. Don't worry. I'd never seen Nika-chan smile so creepily before. Why are you coming closer? Why? Nika-chan isn't a zombie, is she? Don't be scared. I'll be sure to eat you gently. No way! Nika-chan, no! Nena was pressed against the wall, and Nika-chan lurched forward with both arms out, just like a zombie. Nena quaked with her back pushed up against the wall. It was quite a surreal scene of horror. What is going on here? Like, seriously, first there's a message. Mion is brutal. Like one of those zombie breakout videos you'd see. At that moment, Nena's eyes met mine. Keiichi-kun, save me! Zombie Nika-chan turned 180 degrees exorcist style and glared at me. Found him! I see Kei-chan! Mion popped out from behind the cinder block wall around the garbage dump, also seeing where I was. My position was only advantageous when there was one zombie. Being surrounded was not good. You said you located Keiichi-san? I could tell that Satoko was rushing my way. It seemed that Nika-chan had let Lena escaped, and now she was burying her fangs in my direction. Come on down, Kei-chan. The three zombies circled the shed, moaning curses. You guys are scary. Too scary. I wonder how Keiichi-san's guts taste. Keiichi-san! Keiichi, I want you to become one of us. Someone please save me! I saw Rena apologizing to me from across the schoolyard. An apology. Sorry. Leaving me for dead? Rena! I leapt off the roof out of fear, slipping as I landed. Ow. Satoko and Nika jumped on top of me, and after straddling me, they tickled me all over my body. Stop! So, this means Rena still left. There isn't much time until the bell. Damn you, Rena! How dare you! Leave me for dead! Feelings of a zombie. I understood how vengeful ghosts with lingering regrets feel. It's sad. So sad. But Keiichi's one of us now. It felt like I'd been bitten. It felt like I'd been bitten by a vampire and was now one of their thralls. It was a strange feeling being welcomed over to the side that had pursued me. Zombie attack is quite profound. This is no time to postulate. We must capture Rena. The principal is walking down the hall. The bell will ring soon. To devour Rena, I had been turned into a demon of vengeance and needed to use any means necessary. Except I wasn't just a zombie. I was a master of the night, a vampire. Using the same trick that had tightened the noose around my own neck, I used my classmates to further my evil designs. I gather up the lower graders from around the school grounds. Everyone listen! Rena's in big trouble! All of you, please look for Rena! It's a bigger problem than a jumbo jet crashing into your family's house? Oh yeah, it turned into that, hadn't it? Mion whistled nonchalantly, trying to avoid the blame. Yeah, it's not even in the same league as the jumbo jets! What fell on Rena's house? What's a space colony? A space colony? Yeah, it's a really big disaster. Everything in a 100-kilometer radius was obliterated. But that's only the prelude to this tragic tale. This is the beginning, the start of the war for independence by a propaganda polity of Zion. What the hell are you even saying now, Keiichi? Propaganda polity. What does that even mean? The lower grades were dumbfounded, their eyes like saucers at the grand turn of events. What'll happen? Will the Terran Federation lose? If things go on like this, they will. Only one person can defeat the Red Comet. That person is Rena Ryugu. The lower grader students all gulped. It seemed I'd made them fully understand that the fight for Earth was lost without Rena. Now scatter, comrades! We must find Rena! My comrades in the lower grades let out an enthusiastic cheer and dashed off in various directions around the school grounds. There was still one person who hadn't gone. But I thought even the Terran Federation's impulse wave diffusal cannon didn't work on the Comet Empire. You're close. That's the white variety of those comets. The reason it didn't work was because they didn't know the weak point. Of course, Rena knows their weak point all too well. Ryugu-san is amazing! Satisfied with that, he also rushed off to look for Rena. It does seem like there are some promising up-and-comers amongst the youngsters. Little Kei-chan's abilities. This old man knows them better now. It didn't really feel like she was complimenting me, but whatever. Really though? How exceptional, Keiichi-san. This looks quite promising. If we have this many, we can win. With this many, we will win. I was thinking that Keiichi would have been a better nominee for the initial zombie. Ika-chan's words stun a bit, but I'd let it slide for now. The search for Rena begins. Not even Rena would be able to escape the entire class. As a result of everyone's thorough search, Rena was finally cornered in the back of the sports equipment shed. You're all scary! Keiichi-kun too! So scary! It probably was scary being chased around by the entire student body. All the lower grades closed in on Rena, saying she was the only one who could save the world. What are you all saying? I can't control a mech! Rena! Rena! How could you leave me for dead? Are you ready to pay for it? I'm sorry about that, Keiichi-kun, but I didn't have a choice. Do not resist. Let yourself be devoured. Let's all be together. Now, Rena, say your prayers. Rena had stumbled onto a mat, trembling with tears in her eyes. I closed in, associating this situation with a similar, particularly immoral one made my pulse quicken just a little bit. Satoko and Nika-chan were both wiggling their fingers. They probably wanted to tickle Rena. Rena, wanting no part of what she knew was about to happen, went stiff with fear. Keiichi-kun, you wouldn't do me things like everyone else, would you? Would you? I wonder. Now then, are you ready? Okay, so that's Keiichi-kun. The face she made as she resigned herself to her fate made my heart skip a beat. I believe that Keiichi-kun won't do horrible things to me. Body won't move. It had to be some sort of anti-zombie mantra. The second my sense of reason chimed in, the beast inside me died instantly. There was the bell. Game over. Yay! I did it! I did it! I survived! Yay! Yay! Nina pranced around merrily as if a curse had been broken. So daylight broke in the nick of time and the evil zombie army disintegrated into dust. And so the heroine survived. Well, that's how it goes in the movies anyways. What are you postulating about? This is all because Keiichi-san was dawdling about. Punishment is required. I was subdued by Satoko and Nika-chan, and once again sentenced to death by 100 tickles. Forgive me! And then the award for surviving goes to Rena Ryugu and Mion Sonozaki. Yay! You got taken! Huh? Mi-chan wasn't a zombie? Well, he pretended to be one. They say you need to deceive your allies before you can deceive the enemy, you know? Mion, you little... Yeah, hurry up and change, alright? Don't be late for the next class. Let go of me, Satoko! Nika-chan! Having had my fill of being terrified to my very core by club activities, I solemnly swore I would have Mion crying for mercy next time. Hey, Faye. That's actually where I'm gonna leave this episode. We'll continue this in the next one. Till then, this is the Game Girl signing off. Bye bye!